Hello, principals. As many of you know, we do not have school support meeting in the month of March, so the next time we will meet will be April the 3rd. Since there is a gap between our meetings, we want to give you a task to work on with your teachers in preparation for the April meeting. Many of you already do this in your schools, so it shouldn't be anything new, but over the years, we have kind of called it our Bet Your Mortgage. With this task, we want your teachers to accurately predict as best as possible how their students will perform on the end of the year assessments. I will share with you in just a moment how the spreadsheet works, but before then, I want to give you some background to this task. When predicting how students are going to do at the end of the year, teachers should review all data points. That means they need to be looking at iReady, CFAs, check-ins, classroom observations, attendance, behavior, and EVOS. We know that data is important to accurately predict, and they have to have the complete picture. Teachers really need to have a complete understanding of each individual child in their class in order to accurately predict. As I have said, many of you track this same information on a form that you use within your school, which is perfect and which is wonderful. All I'm going to ask is that in preparation for the April 3rd meeting, is that you have this spreadsheet completed based off conversations with your teachers and any documents and things that you have that you use in your school right now. So, real quickly, I'm going to go through this. It's self-explanatory, but I just want to make sure I hit on some things. Obviously, if you are in elementary school, you are not going to worry about these sixth through eighth grade. And if you're middle school, you're not going to worry about third through fifth grade. And of course, our wonderful K-8s, you do have all of these that you are going to look at third through eighth grade. So this spreadsheet is set up. All you have to do is be able to uh, put the information in. What's important to know, so if we're looking at reading here first, what I want you to make sure that your teachers know is what was, if we're looking at fourth grade here, what was fourth grade's cohort proficiency last year in third grade? That sometimes helps ground your teachers. If the fourth graders last year were proficient, they were 30% of them proficient, and they're trying to predict students to be 50% proficient. That's great. That's wonderful. We want that kind of growth, but we also have to be realistic at the same time. So this first column right here in each one of these reading and math sections here is just to kind of give you an opportunity and your teachers opportunity to review how was that cohort, what was the cohort proficiency from last year. So hopefully you're tracking that data. As you can see here, third grade is blacked out because they do not have cohort proficiency from the previous year. Next thing, what you're going to do, and you can kind of work backwards here, is when you work with your teachers on predicted proficiency here, you're going to take the total number of students in that grade level. So let's say there's 100 students here, and the teachers predict that 50 of those students are going to be proficient. What you would do then is, of course, turn this into a percentage there. But as you fill out these two columns right here, you will notice that these two columns down here will start to fill up, which will also fill this information down here as well. So these are protected cells, so you don't have to worry about it. You're not going to be able to click on those and mess those up. But as you go along and you start to fill out this information, you will start to see things start to generate as you go along. Um, Now, the reason of that is because a lot of y'all have discussed and talked about how you're wanting to reach a certain um, a letter grade with our school performance grade. So we know that when it comes to school performance grade, 80% of that grade is related to overall proficiency. And I'll go back and later on show and put some information right here in this box. But you could see how this is calculating your overall proficiency for the entire school. So if you just had a school that had third grade, you had students take reading, math, and then they took science. You can see how that information is going to be generated here. So work with your teachers, complete this. If you have any questions throughout, please feel free to reach out and ask me. I'll be more than glad to help you. And then we'll use this information in our April school support meeting to kind of talk through some things, discuss some things, help you make some judgment calls for the upcoming school year as well, and what needs to make some adjustments going forward. So once again, complete this. You don't have to turn this into me just yet. You will share it with us once we get to the April 3rd meeting. I want you and your team to have plenty of time to complete it. So hold on to it, bring it with you, and then you can share it with me once we get at our school support meeting. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank y'all.